top lane Volibear, not buffed. It's legit. It's just the flex potential.
Oh, yes.
Okay, oh my god.
We're Ezreal Yumiing, boys.
Listen, and this is gorgeous because this is the attempt at punishing in a different direction, right? As opposed to going full, okay, we're going to try and like get a hook champion and try and kill you regardless. You know what carry I can do. The Ezreal Yumi goes completely in the opposite direction where like you're not going to have any threat on us whatsoever. We're just going to freely scale and hecker him with Yumi, Orianna.
Yeah.
Like this comp from Hammer Life is disgusting, but so is the T1 comp, right?
Yeah,
And
we've
like,
in that one as well was actually playing Ezreal up against Teddy in the longest game of all time. But this is just so cool. There is so much to talk about with both of these drafts, and it's also, as you can see, he's got his on the go. There's Morgan going to break the chains, but he's struggling here just a little bit. Umbral Dash going to do it. Is now Canna in trouble, but not enough as he just dabs on him. That's a solo kill for Canna on the top side. And Morgan, he was doing well in the lane, and then it all just falls apart.
Can go down quickly with Aatrox as we have
Johan is actually spotted out here. No flash, remember. This is a hacker room as Vista wants to try and get over, but Canna's already teleported down. A late teleport now to come through as Morgan tries to come down as well. But now finds himself 4 members of T1 and they will just back away. So thankfully, you know, Vista has all of his summoner spells and does manage to save the rest of his members, but not a lot of summoner spells left remaining here for Hammer Life.
Favor Hammer Life, interesting.
Flash in from Carrier, looking for Deft. This one's personal as he devours him. The Ezreal's just dead. Senatom Kench, what a ridiculous combination here on the bottom side as they're just underneath the turret and Carrier will lick the cat to death.
That didn't work out. You know, it's kind of unfortunate, but it doesn't really matter as Kana might get ganked here.
Yeah, a bit of a lane gank here from Johan, who's looking to make his way in. He can just ult. There's the flash in from Morgan, and this is a very dead Aatrox. Dawning Shadow comes down, though, and Cuz will turn up. They're turning it on the horse. Morgan is going to be able to grab the Aatrox, but now he's got a big bear after him. Looking to try and lock this one down. Faker coming on in, but they're taking them around the rosy, as there's the barrel. Cuz now lumbering towards the Gragas, and he will not have that body slam. Faker will pick up the kill. Toby's going to come over. The plates will go over to Faker. To Cuz. But just a bit more money here for T1, holding on to approximately that 2,000 gold lead. As Deft is going to get Abyssal Voyaged on. But he's got the zoomies. He should be okay. But final chapter coming on down here as Teddy just locks up the kill. And Deft had flash, had cleanse, used nothing, and died.
A Yumi ultimate on top of it, like, as a Hanwha Life fan, this game is definitely not lost just through the sheer, like, wombo combo fighting power that you have. But if T1 keep it scattered a little bit, if they're able to position nicely enough, not group up while still using utility, they should be fine.
Yeah, well, in goes the horse and the cat. Let's see what this can do. True Shot Barrage doing a fair bit of work as well, but oh my god, the Encore is fantastic. Shockwave eaten by all of the shields as Deft now tries to keep himself alive, but he cannot. Faker locks him down with an auto attack with a whole bunch of notes on it. Chovy getting chased down by a Carrier. Oh, ex-teammates, but not friends anymore by the looks of it, as Canna will put him in the grave. And T1, 10-1. It feels like this game's pretty much done.
Oh, he just choked him out. The Campac.
Yeah, he actually built the Staff of Flowing Water, but sold it when he was in base and decided to go for the Putrefier instead, just because of the disgustingness that is the Yumi and the amount of healing that she provides.
And now it's not even close, right?
God, Death just takes so much damage here from Teddy, and Carrier is super tanky right now as well. As there's the final chapter used mainly in Fear. Teddy just needs a couple more autos. Yep, the Piercing Darkness will do it. My god, he 3-shots Death. And that's not including the Kraken Slayer proc. Like, oh my god, this center is just revolting.
Yeah, this is disgusting from T1. Oh my
god. Just a little kitty cat with a dream. Oh, and Vista's just going to be obliterated. Yeah, no, I think that this is basically done and dusted. We are very close to a Cloud Soul as well, as Teddy's over here. There's the final chapter. Devour is going to be available, so Carrier just negates all of that. Johan's getting chunked by Teddy. As, Chovy doesn't even utilize the Shockwave, decides instead he just wants to flash out of this one. If he could flash out of the game, he probably would. Because, this is just looking almost impossible for Hanwha Life. Morgan now chasing after Canna. Will be able to smash him back towards his team. But maybe that's not where his team wants him, as Deft gonna get chunked. Does make it over the wall. Decent Shockwave to buy a bit of space, but in comes Teddy once again. He's got more damage than a nuke right now as Faker throws out the ult. He doesn't really find too much. He may have found the Yuumi, but the Yuumi died in the blink of an eye. The Ezreal doing exactly the same thing. 6-0-7 for this Senna. Looking to make it 7-0-7. But the tower is not something that Teddy wants to be under. And now T1 are just going to waltz down mid.
Yes, we've learned that Seraphine's more important than Hecarim.
100%. Well, Morgan, he does have a look in here at the side as Johan wants to desperately try and get towards this Baron. He will get on in, but he's dead way before any spite's even relevant. And T1 didn't want the Baron. They wanted the team fight. They wanted to win the game. Depth is just going to get popped. It's Canna that dives on over and smashes him into the death chamber. The Baron is taken in the end as, the Yuumi pops out. Chovy now will find another two-man Shockwave. He's consistently hitting quite a few people with that, but it doesn't actually matter because it doesn't do enough damage. And now, 3 members of Harmalife Esports against the world of T1. And they are so scary. Yeah, Chovy's just going on a little bit of an adventure here. Wants to see what it's like on the T1 side of the Rift. And in the meantime, Carrier's just going to stop any potential backs. And I think this game's just done. Faker, surprise, out of the brush. Very, very dead. Chovy, Vista, of course, is going to be going down as well, as they're just going to follow him around as Carrier he's going to do the... This one's done.
Make it stop.
Oh no, they're just hanging out. This is adorable. Quick, get the jukes. Oh wow, he really has been juking for a really long time. It's 20-1 is going to be the advantage here for T1. The rest of Harmalife are going to respawn. They're not going to give this one away for free necessarily. The Baroned up minions will make it very difficult as now we're going to get trolled by an inhibitor as in goes Johan. Does knock back the Senna. Teddy will just get cast to the face. And now Morgan's trying to chase down Cuz. Canna in a little bit of trouble here, but Deft isn't going to find the Mystic Shards just yet. Hasn't hopped out as Morgan's even teleporting in. All right, Faker from over the wall. We'll say goodbye to the Gragas. And we'll lock down that kill. Deft inside the Raptor pit. Relatively safe right now, but as the final chapter, Shockwave lands onto 2 once again, doesn't do any damage once again, as now Cuz looking for Chovy. Vista's going to die, and now Canna walks so extraordinarily fast. And Faker will just douse him in all of that magic damage. That will be the ace, finally! And T1 will say goodnight to Game 1.
I need a moment, man.
We gave you a moment. T1 should have finished a really long time ago, but instead they gave you that moment.
Unbelievable. This is, that's one of the most one-sided games I think we've seen all split, and that includes a couple of Dumb Kia games.
I mean, I can see your vote, by the way, but here's the post-game breakdown. Let's have a look at that huge center number. Yeah, that's a big one. 23K, and the game only lasted 25 minutes.
I feel better about my choice now. I feel vindicated.
Yeah.
As, unironically, you are not allowed to do it with Senna Tahm Kench. Like, yes, Ezreal Yuumi is not a strong lane, sure. But you're not allowed to win this hard. Like, I don't think that make that work. However, what's happening here is you're just completely opting into a matchup, and this is such a pivot from T1's drafting last game. Like last game
last game was like 11.6 Exodia magic that they created, and this is 11.5 Pitfall. That's what this draft is. And we've seen it lose many, many times. There's the Rise picked up, and this could be where Chovy's gone. The thing that I find ridiculous is having casted Doinby for a very long time playing Rise, this is like the classic I get all of the CS everywhere on the map forever pick. Highest farm. Ruler is actually highest, then Gumayushi, and then Henna, surprisingly enough.
What I am happy about is that, even though Canna missed a couple of creepies there, we don't love that, is that he has been playing really well according to what the pick needs to do, because Gnar into Cyan relies on the Gnar to continuously have pressure to keep Cyan in his lane, maybe get a couple of plates, build up a CS lead, and that way keep his relevancy into either his side lane pressure situation or into a team fighting stage. And
oh no.
We've seen this so many times.
Yeah. I expected, Carrier going to easily be able to interrupt the rocket jump, and that's going to be a gift given over to Teddy by his mate Carrier, this bottom lane.
because I don't know how otherwise he would have. Fact of the matter is, Def, that wave of slow pushing towards you is Faker.
Yep, Spear is going to land there by Johan, has the pounce, able to follow the flash, gets the last auto, all too easy here in the mid lane for Hammerlife. No. But like, this is a tough matchup, but any tough matchup can be alleviated by being better. And that's what Teddy and Keria have been demonstrating so far. I do love Keria's play. Like, it's not necessarily just being mechanically better, right? It's just being smarter as well. As we've got a sleep coming on down, but in goes the train as well. And Morgan says, nope, you're not engaging on this one. But now Johan's in trouble. He's able to get the pounce out, flashes as well. The flash over from Canna, and he now has Meganar available. Realm Warp just to get him out of there, as Chovy also just books it. And it is going to be a successful take of the Rift Herald as well. Now Teddy lying in wait in this brush as the rest of T1 now closing in. Teddy, explosive charge now on him. Vista flashed on forward. Has the aftershock, so keeps himself alive. Good exhaust there onto Chovy is now Vista. Likely to be taken down. Faker going to be able to grab that one, but trades it for his life. Heal out from Teddy to try and keep himself alive as well.
On that top side skirmish.
Okay, once again, Deft is just dead. It's, I don't know what it is, man. There's just something in the water. Def just struggles against Teddy.
No way.
As Johan coming on down, looking to see whether he can land some spears. We'll find Keria, who doesn't have a lot of mana. As, yep, gets in there. Track Repel, going to help out with the stun.
A little bit slower. This, as straightforward as it gets. I talked about the setup in mid lane. Setup here, even if you do miss your ultimate, it's not necessarily. Is it as good as the draft in game one? Not really, but as you pointed out, if you're good enough, you can make anything work.
Well, Chovy just phase rushing away, cuz trying to do the same thing here, but sleep will come down. Chovy getting flashed on here by Faker. Killer Instinct from Teddy says goodbye to Mr. Rise. And Keria clearing out some vision. It should be finally time for this Infernal Drake to go down, and we'll see whether the Atlas effect is going to continue to game 2.
That's what we call it now?
You know, good point.
I think he's just dead there, unfortunately. I like the angle, and I think that in team fights, Hanwha Live, they do have range extra. Oh, they're going in here?
Well, Shirley's definitely going in. We do get a Magnus Storm. There's the Wombo combo, but decent disengage there from Keria, but a double kill instantly. I think that was just a cute little swipe from Johan, just mops the floor with Cousin Faker. Now, Hammerlife Esports, they did lose Vista.
Impact in the later game fights is not going to be as big as a Rise should be able to, especially with that Everfrost now finished. Connor?
Yeah, Morgan might just get solo killed underneath this turret. Keria comes on over and says, good night, my friend. Picks himself up an assist, as now Canna's just going to gnaw away the zombie and wallop it, and there is no chance that the zombie's going to be able to do anything whatsoever. It's just, it feels like Lane Kingdom from T1. Well, I mean, the Gnar blind pick doesn't get to guarantee a Scion matchup, right? The Gnar blind pick gets Jace to the face.
I agree. As Canna, come on, man.
Just cool guys don't look at explosions, I guess, as Johan just lets the red buff burn down. That's a caster curse. That's allowed. Well, they've certainly showed that they're a cut above Hammerlife so far in this series. And the lead is only extending, right? Like, it's 3.2, something like that, as now Baron has been started. Vision available for Hammerlife as Vista throws in the control ward.
Low.
Yep, Nidalee is nowhere near this area as, okay, Vista's going to get thrown back. Does manage to get his CC down as Canna keeps the Baron leashed. Johan, can he actually make it in time is the question. Chovy not going to be able to flash on over, and it's just a little bit too late. It's the wrong time to reset as Canna has now looked for Chovy. Killer Instinct gets Teddy over there. And this is Hammerlife Esports once again.
And as Hanwha Live, as I said, Vista trying to go in and play aggressively, not actually able to because Johan isn't there. And now you're in a situation where the split push is just going to get you. Sure, you get a Mountain Drake, but that's not going to be worth it, I'd say.
Yeah, they're going to trade it for possibly an inhibitor turret and an inner turret at the same time. But Canna is going to rotate back. Looks like the rest of T1 going to group up as Hammerlife Esports going to lose a lot of health on that bottom inhibitor turret. This inner is definitely dead as Canna's just chilling in between the turrets, having a good time. And yep, Hammerlife have to give up all of the ground that they picked up as Canna is just on mid lane clearing duty while the rest of T1 move on over. I believe they've started off this Baron. We can see that. Hammerlife Esports can't. Things pretty dark on the Rift for them, but they do have an inkling of what's going on. Spear comes on through as Johan. Can he actually steal this one away? As you can see, Canada just being a wall. But Johan's going to have to go golden. Can he get out of the stasis? The answer is no. As Morgan gets on in towards the front line. Looks to knock up Teddy and does so. Spear is going to connect onto Carrier as Teddy jumps in towards the back line. But look at that. The damage has been eliminated. The wallets are so damn heavy on the side of T1. Faker's going to pick up a double kill. Johan was trying to slink away, and Teddy says no. That's the ace, and that will be the very swift, very clean 2-0 for T1.
Going into the playoffs against this T1 roster, I think that Humble Life can do a lot better, but it's T1 that just plays this one out clean from start to finish. The fights are gorgeous, and there is just nothing to be done here.
Yep. It's Faker that's going to grab the kill onto Deft there as Chovy. Nothing that anyone's going to be able to do because the Nexus is dead. Cuz shaking his camera around was hilarious. And this damage graph tells a lot of the story, which was Johan had a decent game, took a lot of the gold, and wasn't able to transition it. T1 were just much better today.